Welcome back to Blox History. Don't forget to like this video and tell us your favorite fact about Japan in the comments below. Now, let's jump into the story. Long before anime, before sushi, before video games and fast trains, there was a quiet group of islands rising from the sea. Ancient Japanese stories say these islands were created by gods. A god dipped a jeweled spear into the ocean. When he lifted it, drops of water fell and hardened into land. Those drops became Japan. No one knows if this really happened, but Japan's real history is just as magical. Thousands of years ago, Japan had no cities, no kings, and no armies. People lived close to nature. They hunted deer, caught fish, and gathered nuts and plants. They made homes from wood and grass. At night, they sat around fires and told stories. These early people made clay pots with beautiful rope patterns pressed into them. Some of these pots are more than 10,000 years old, making them some of the oldest pottery in the world. These people believed everything had a spirit. Trees, rivers, mountains, even stones. Nature was not something to control. It was something to respect. As time passed, new people arrived from nearby lands. They brought rice farming. Rice changed life completely. Instead of moving around to find food, people stayed in one place. Villages grew larger, food could be saved for later. Some families became richer and stronger than others. With power came arguments. With arguments came fighting. Slowly, leaders began to rule over groups of villages. One powerful family claimed they were related to the sun goddess, the brightest and most important god of all. This family became Japan's imperial family. What makes this amazing is that Japan still has an emperor today from the same family line. New ideas also crossed the sea. One of the most important was Buddhism. It taught ideas about kindness, peace, and understanding suffering. Large temples were built, giant statues appeared, but Japan didn't give up its old beliefs. Instead, Buddhism mixed with them. People prayed to ancient nature spirits and Buddhist figures side by side. Japan became a land where old and new lived together. While emperors ruled in name, something was changing behind the scenes. Warriors were becoming more powerful. These warriors were later called samurai. Samurai trained from a young age. They learned to ride horses, use bows, and fight with swords. But they also learned poetry, art, and self-control. Samurai followed strict rules called honor. Loyalty was everything. To break a promise was worse than death. Many samurai believed that a calm mind was stronger than fear. Over time, samurai leaders took control of the country. A military ruler called a shogun became the true leader of Japan. The emperor stayed in the palace, respected but with little real power. For a long time, Japan was peaceful. But peace did not last. Powerful war leaders wanted more land. Battles broke out across the country. Castles rose on hills. Villages were burned. Friends became enemies. Alliances changed quickly. Trust was dangerous. This time became known as the Warring States period. Japan was filled with chaos. Some children grew up knowing nothing but war. Farmers hid their crops. Samurai marched endlessly. But from this chaos came powerful leaders. One by one, they defeated their rivals. After many years of fighting, Japan was finally united again. The country breathed a sigh of relief. Peace returned. Samurai were no longer needed for constant war. Many became teachers or government workers. Cities grew larger. Roads improved. Life became more stable. Then one day, strange ships appeared. They were unlike anything Japan had ever seen. These ships came from Europe. The visitors brought guns, clocks, new foods, and new religions. Guns shocked the samurai. A weapon that anyone could learn to use could defeat even the best sword fighter. Some leaders welcomed these changes, others feared them. Japan worried that outside countries might take control, just like they had done in other parts of the world. So Japan made a bold choice. It closed its doors. For more than 200 years, Japan allowed almost no contact with other countries. Foreigners were banned. Japanese people could not leave. At first, this sounds lonely, but inside Japan, life was busy. Cities became crowded and lively, plays filled theaters, stories were printed and shared, artists created colorful pictures of daily life. Merchants grew rich, children played games in the streets. Even without the outside world, Japanese culture bloomed. But while Japan stayed still, the world rushed forward. In the 1800s, huge black ships powered by steam arrived at Japan's shores. Their cannons were powerful. Japan could not ignore them. The old government seemed weak. People were angry and afraid. Samurai rose up. They demanded change. Power returned to the emperor in an event called the Meiji Restoration. Japan decided it would never fall behind again. Changes happened fast, very fast. Samurai were told to give up their swords. Hairstyles changed, Western clothes appeared, railroads were built, schools opened for boys and girls, factories filled the air with smoke, machines replaced hand tools. Japan studied other nations and learned from them. In just a few decades, Japan became a modern country. But with strength came ambition. Japan wanted respect. It wanted power. It began expanding into nearby lands. At first, many people felt proud, but this pride slowly turned into danger. In the 1900s, Japan became involved in massive wars. Soldiers were sent far from home. Families waited, hoping their loved ones would return. Cities were bombed. Food grew scarce. Then came two moments that changed history forever. Atomic bombs were dropped on Japanese cities. The destruction was sudden and terrible. Buildings vanished. Lives were lost. The world had never seen anything like it. Japan surrendered. The country was broken. Homes were destroyed. Children were hungry. For the first time, Japan was occupied by foreign soldiers. The emperor spoke to the people and said he was not a god, but a human. Yet even in ruins, Japan did not give up. A new constitution promised peace. Japan chose never to start war again. The country focused on rebuilding through learning, hard work, and creativity. Schools improved, technology advanced, factories returned, stronger than before. Soon, Japan became known for quality and innovation. Cars, cameras, and electronics traveled across the world. Trains became faster than ever imagined. Cities glowed with bright lights. Today, Japan is a place where ancient temples stand beside tall skyscrapers, where robots help customers and children still learn traditional songs. Festivals celebrate spirits from thousands of years ago. Old stories live alongside new dreams. From gods and legends to warriors and emperors to loss and rebirth. Japan's history is a story of change, strength, and resilience. And just like those ancient islands rising from the sea, Japan continues to grow. The story is still going. Thanks so much for watching Blox History. We hope you enjoyed learning about the amazing history of Japan. If you did, don't forget to like the video and tell us your favorite fact in the comments below. And if there's something we missed, we'd love to hear that too. Subscribing to the channel and turning on notifications really helps support us and allows us to keep making more fun history videos like this one. Let us know what country or time period you'd like us to explore next.